Right then, okay, solving equations. These are D-grade equations, so be careful to when you're looking for these. There'll be lots of different videos on solving equations, so try and match the grade to the paper you're doing. If you're doing foundation, then you want D grade and C grade. If you're doing higher paper, you want every solving equations. Right, okay, solving this equation, you've got unknowns on both sides. I don't want that. So that is a right royal pain, and I can't solve it until I've got my unknowns on one side. So what I'm going to do here is I've either got to cancel the 3x or the plus x. So I'm going to cancel the plus x because you always try and remove or cancel the smaller x. If that was minus 3x, then I try and cancel that because that would be less than x. But in this case it's plus 3x and that's plus x, so I'm going to remove that x from that side. I can't just do that alone though, because then that would maybe making this side smaller than it was, and then this side would no longer be equal to it. This side would still be the same size and therefore bigger than the smaller side. So I'm going to take x from both sides. When I do that, I get 2x minus 6 equals 10 because the x's cancel. Right, a way to check whether you're on the right route is to look at the new equation. The new equation should look simpler than the last one. Okay, your first step with equations almost invariably is the most difficult. I've changed a D grade question into an E grade question. Okay, that's the sort of E grade question you would have on the foundation paper. Alright, so let's continue to solve it. Right, I've got 2x minus 6. I'm going to add 6 to both sides because that'll get rid of that 6 because that's becoming a bit of a nuisance. So when I do that, the 6's cancel. There's nothing there, and you've just got the 2x, and that's going to equal 16. Okay, effectively, again, your equation should get easier. It should be one step less to do for solution. So, I mean, that is obviously easier than the first equation. It looks simpler. There's less things to deal with. The other thing to say is that here, the difference between those two is that is 6 bigger than that one, and then here you can see the same thing, this is 6 bigger than that one as well. Okay, a bit of a long-winded way to explain it, but it might be worth it for somebody who doesn't understand. Right, so last solution is I don't want 2x, I want 1x, so I'm going to divide by 2. Got to do it to both sides, so therefore my x must equal 8, and that's my solution. I can check it though. If I check it, 3 lots of 8 should be 24 minus 6, that's going to give me 18. If that's right, if x is right, then that side is going to be 18. Okay, on this side, 10 plus 8, well, that's going to be 18 too. So it works. If I want to check it, I can just quickly plug it back or substitute it back into my original equation. Right. Another example of a D-grade equation would be something, a simple or basic equation with a bracket in it. Right, so let's do one with a bracket in it. 3 lots of x plus 2, and that's equal to, let's make that 18. Right, I'm going to go through this one. Right, I can't take the 2. That's the most important thing to say. I can't take the 2 because that isn't actually 2. That 3 is multiplying both elements in that bracket, so that's actually 3x and that's actually 6. So what I'm going to do is if I've got 3 times something here, which is what that means, I'm going to divide by 3. That's going to cancel that 3 on the outside of the bracket. Okay, if I divide both sides by 3, I've now not got 3 of the brackets, I've just got one of the brackets, in which case I've only got x plus 2. So now I've got x plus 2 equals 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Okay, and then if x plus 2 equals 6, take 2 from both sides, and x equals 4. I can double check it, put it back into the original equation. So if I say that x equals 4, let's give it a try. If I replace x with 4, okay, 4 plus 2 equals 6, times by 3 equals 18. Job's a good one.